evening. It is 6:15 on April 20th, 2026, and we are going to call to order the meeting of the Perry Carnegie Library Board. Roll call, please.
And Coffee.
Here.
Bledsoe.
Here.
Marshall.
Here.
Davis.
Here.
Koldine.
Here.
Rupp.
Here.
Williams.
Here.
O'Shea. Here. Worth.
And we have a quorum, and I would like to ask Scott Coffey to lead our invocation for the evening.
Okay, let's pray. Dear God, we thank you for this day. We thank you for this opportunity for us to gather tonight. Lord, I give thanks that for everybody here in the heart to serve this community and do the good works. Lord, I just ask that you give us the courage, the wisdom, and the discernment to make good decisions that glorify your name. Ask all this in your precious name. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you. Item 1 is the consent agenda.
Motion to approve consent agenda.
Second.
And Coffee.
Yes.
Bledsoe.
Yes.
Marshall.
Yes.
Davis.
Yes.
Koldine.
Yes.
Rupp.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
O'Shea.
Yes.
Okay. We don't have anyone assembled for comments. So number 5, presentation of the quarterly oral report on Perry Carnegie Library usage and statistics to include the children's librarian and library director, presented by Pam Rigg, head librarian.
Thank you. This time I do actually have some statistics.
Awesome.
Usually. So we had our Bluey Bash in March. This was a big deal. Bluey's very popular. And these are some photos. We got the real Bluey costume, and John and I drove to Sand Springs and picked it up. Savannah brought it back. Savannah's boyfriend was Bluey, and he did incredibly well. He was so animated. So people loved this, and we had so many different stations set up upstairs and downstairs. So we have an adult program coming up. It's an adult button-based craft, April 30th at 4. It's $5 a person. Call to make a reservation. Parents may bring teens age 14 and up. So our statistics, we had lots of sessions, and we had a total of 876 in attendance.
That's January to what?
January to March. So summer reading program is getting ready to start. Savannah has been working on this literally since, I would say, November. If you sign up for the incentives, if you sign up May 13th to 15th, you will receive a prize just for signing up. You earn prizes for reading. The littles count the number of books that they are read to them. Or if they're an early reader, they count their books. And school-aged read 10 days with a minimum of 10 minutes per day to get their prize. So we're going to have weekly programs. Laser tag will be on May 13th from 2 to 4. The waiver is available at the library or on the library's Facebook page. Only parents or legal guardians can sign the waiver. If you've already signed the waiver, we have it in a notebook and it's good. Flyers will be sent home. Check backpacks or Facebook or City Bites. So this was already in the works. So STEM stars on Friday. We have lots of art projects, which is the A, and if you make it STEAM, but these are all more STEM, the technology, engineering, and math. On 4 Fridays, we'll have from 3 to 4:30 come and go. So that was already in the works. The
So
bathroom.
you're not gonna kill me.
What?
You're not gonna kill me then.
No, it was already in the works. You're safe.
All right. Right.
So the bathroom remodels, this is the same tile that I put in my house. It looks so good. So we did it at the library. So those are the same stalls. The installer is a craftsman. That tile is even and the cuts are good and it's smooth. I love it. And this was generously funded through the Carnegie Library Progress Club through donations. This did not come out of the city budget. So the next phase will include the 7th Street entry floor, the mini kitchen floor upstairs, the bathroom floor upstairs. We're gonna replace sinks and countertops in the bathroom. And look at the edge of that counter. Yeah, that's glue. And in the meeting room, it's just as bad because those, not sure it's the kids or staff, there's paint all over where there should be a backsplash. So, that's it. That seems like a lot of slides.
So that's the order that you're gonna do each one of those projects?
So, April 28th, we're gonna do the floors. And then after that, we'll schedule the countertops. So, you good?
I think we had a question about Saturday hours
Mhm.
and what are they? Do we have them?
We do not have Saturday hours anymore. In the past, we were open 9 to 12. Our population dropped below 5,000, and that is auto-filled by the Oklahoma Department of Libraries. So I had nothing to do with that population. Whenever we stopped, we were down to averaging 16 checkouts per Saturday. As you all build more homes, we will be required by the Oklahoma Department of Libraries to open back up again on Saturdays.
How late are we open during the week?
Monday through Thursday, 9 to 6, and Friday, 9 to 5. A long time ago, we were open till 7 on Monday, but the staff were the only one there.
So I think these programs are amazing, and we're
Thank you.
very fortunate. Will there be any options for kids whose parents aren't home during the day?
Let me pull up a chair and talk to you. So, we are purposefully, starting last summer, we do our kids programs back to back all day long. We purposefully stopped the middle session and we started a later one so that Ditch Witch parents can take their kids. Louis had 3 sessions and one of them started at 4:30. So most of the Ditch Witch parents could bring their kids. And it stopped, it was supposed to be 4:30 to 7. The public stopped coming in the door at 6:45.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Is there anything else? Any new business? We will adjourn.
All right.
Ready.
Okay. We will start the regular meeting of the City Council of Perry, April 6th, or 20th, 6:23. Roll call, please.
Coffee.
Here.
Bledsoe.
Here.
Marshall.
Here.
Davis. Here. Goldar.
Here.
Rupp.
Here?
Williams.
Here.
O'Shea.
Here.
Wortham.
All right. Item number 1 is the consent agenda.
Motion to approve.
Second.
And Coffee.
Yes.
Bledsoe.
Yes.
Marshall.
Yes.
Davis. Yes. Gold.
Yes.
Rupp.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
O'Shea.
Yes.
All right. So, move on to item 4 in the comments and reports section. Comments from those assembled, and I don't see anybody. So we will move on to item 5, proclamations, commendations, reports, and inquiries by the governing body. Start with reports, I suppose. Any word reports from Shay?
I had a couple people comment that they're grateful for the communication regarding the water being turned off. So thank you for that.
I don't have anything.
No, haven't.
Nothing.
I don't believe we have any committee reports today, so we'll go on to item 6, Chief Financial Officer report.
I'm filling in for Russ today. So he is taking a little break after the tax holiday. So by a little break, and he's just working. All right, you've got March financials in front of you. 3/4 of the way through the fiscal year. So a really good spot to kind of step back and look. Our total cash as of March 31st, we're down about a 1.5% from last month. When you look back at the beginning of the fiscal year, we've spent a lot on capital improvements and things, so we've seen a decrease in cash from our beginning of year. You all know you have those projects planned, and specifically, most of those are sitting in committed funds. In fact, Danette, you brought up today when we were talking about the sidewalk project and the funds related to that, that's sitting in those committed funds, cash line item. So, overall, just a 1.5% decrease in cash overall compared to last month. When you look at the general fund, we should be 75% of budget at this time of year. I'm going to focus on what happened in March as opposed to regurgitating the information that you will have heard for 8 months. Specifically, sales tax in the month of March, $228,000, some change. We're down 6% from March of 25, down 11% year to date. Use tax, we're up. We were at, total use tax was about $56,000, up 36% from March of 25, and up 12% year to date. So strong showing in use tax. Good news on sales tax itself, our April rebounds quite a bit, $239,000, so about a 5% change was nice. We needed it. March itself, interest income's trending very strong. You all have seen it all fiscal year. In March, we earned about 10% of our budget in the month of March. That's been actually on the lower side of things because we're already at 93% of budget interest income. All departments, with the exception of 3, which would be the library, because we had a $7,000 water fountain repair, and then ambulance and police department because of their fuel cost. Every other department was at 8% or below, which 8% is kind of that monthly allocation that we think if we split the budget into equal months. So everyone other than those followed their budget pretty in line. What I would say is that fuel cost is something we need to watch, right? And you can see it in these financials, specifically with ambulance, who use a lot of fuel, and police who use a lot of fuel. For March itself, though, we cleared about $53,000. So just the month of March itself. Municipal authority looked really good. 27% margin on our utilities in the month of March. That compares to what we budget, which is about 23%. We made about $304,000 from just our utilities in the month of March. Of course, we have to go through and spend that on our administrative cost and transfer out over to the general fund. That left us with a net income of a little over $107,000 for the month. Everyone at this point has seen a draft budget in our meetings. We'll continue to work on that, answer questions as they come up. Nate will post to me, or you're welcome to call me or Russ, either way. In light of the Iranian conflict that we've talked about during budget sessions, fuel cost is on the top of our mind as we look at the impact on our budget, as we look at the impact on our material cost. As fuel goes up, transportation costs go up, materials go up, we will need to continue to flex as that comes around. So that's next for us is budget. So, questions on Martin Angel? So they looked pretty good.
I kind of do.
Yes.
So we're going to have to pay attention to the cost of oil and all
Flux
of
and
that.
fuel, yeah.
So how about our constituents? Like, we know that money could possibly be tied all across the board. So how does that play into our plan? Like, I'm sure that there could easily be more cutoff notices. Do you know, does that sense, Nate? Like, money could be tied for everybody. So do we need to be thinking about what that looks like? Is there, as cutoff notices could increase?
I would suggest that we watch it. And if we start seeing a trend like that, then maybe that's something that Nate brings back to you. Or if you want to.
Yeah, we have looked in the past, like when we saw the food stamp funding go away, we looked at helping with that and then didn't end up having to because as we reached out to the food pantries and things, they had prepared for it. So we are mindful of residents and we think about them, and you know, it's a hard balance because balancing compassion with fiscal responsibility, you know, and I think it's something that we always need to be watching and thinking about. So.
Thank you.
I know hotel motel, we must have got caught up and
Yes.
we're not necessarily hitting our marks there. Is that a surprise or?
Yep. Timing.
Okay.
Lots of stuff around Thanksgiving and Christmas, right? And we pay a month behind. So March would reflect what happened in February. It's not as significant. And then we'll expect more money coming in kind of that May, June timeframe as people come in for baseball and everything that's happening out at the park there and reunions and whatever else they have doing.
Graduation.
Graduation. There you go.
Any other questions? Thank you, Mary. All right, item number 7, city manager remarks and updates. Looks like you got a few.
Yeah, I have a few things. The first one is for under general info. We had a really interesting cleanup day on Saturday. Appreciate all those who participated in that and the staff who came on their day off to work that. We had the slowest cleanup day that we've seen. We had 12 total people come to the transfer or to the grounds to actually drop stuff off. So it was very, very slow. We did have big lists of people who wanted stuff picked up, which that was good. And then we had some volunteers in the community also go out and pick up garbage on the highways and things like that. So I think it was a successful cleanup day all in all. We think probably the slowness came because of the rain the night before. It seemed like a lot of times people prep the night before, they back up their trailers into their yards and things like that, and they obviously didn't have the opportunity because of all the rain we got. So we'll watch that again next year, but just wanted to kind of report on that to start.
Nate, I should have started off with that. Thank you for that work that you all did. That's a Saturday, and I appreciate it.
Yeah. In terms of projects, things have been going very well. The Kill-Out project is about 30% finished at this point. They finished Holly, they finished Ivanhoe. They're ahead of schedule, they're on budget, so things are going very well with that project. I didn't write it on here, I don't think, but the airport project's also going very well. They're on schedule to finish ahead of time. So we talked about, that's about 6 weeks out. Last meeting we talked about that. Streets, they finally got going again on streets as the conditions have improved and the weather has improved. So they finished 9th Street between Boundary and Market. And the name on their list is one that everyone will recognize, which will be Homeland Alley. So they're going to do that. They're shooting for this week or next week, just depending on employee scheduling and the schedules of the asphalt plants. But yeah, that's coming up. So we Lawrence and I talked about that in Rotary, and they made the joke that can we have a ribbon cutting for that, you know, because we're so excited. That's a big deal. Pilot, you've seen the slab was poured. Bryce gave an update to me, I think, after the meeting last week. They are planning on going in vertical in May and opening Q1 of 27. So that's about what we anticipated, but it'll be fun to see walls go up out there. So. And then housing project and tower addition, just a brief update there. We'll talk more about it in executive session, but we closed with Powers this week, or we closed at Powers this week on the property out there. So just wanted to give a brief update to the public. I don't have anything else really to report on unless there's specific questions about specific projects.
Can you give an update for Amazon? I haven't drove there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're doing wonderfully. We were out there on Sunday. My family and I drove past. Walls are up. They're building their front entrance. They have the roads widened they're gonna pour the roads, so John Wayne and Gloria Brown, in May. So you'll see that in the next probably 3 weeks. Those will be asphalted roads, which will be really nice. And then they're still on schedule to finish in fall of this year. So they'll be open October, November.
Awesome.
Thanks, council. That's all I have.
Thank you.
Deputy Nate, I would love to maybe have an opportunity to go tour the hangars before they're rented.
Oh, yeah.
If we could maybe arrange something
Absolutely.
once they're finished.
Sure. I'll put it on the calendar. And I'll send something out.
Oh yeah, where are we on the facilities tour? Remember?
I thought about that this week too. I'm like,
Okay.
I need to mark a date for it and send it out. I'll do those at the same time. I mean, not the same day. I'll send out dates the same day. That'll be a lot.
Thanks, Nate. All right. Item number 8. Consider approval of FY 2026-2027 solid waste collection and disposal contract with Davis Sanitation. Who would like to talk about it?
I can start this one. So Bryce did a great job negotiating. I played kind of the bad cop and called Jim and told him about kind of the displeasure that we had with some of the issues that were going on. And then Bryce called him and was like, well, you know, they're not too happy with these things, and I think that increasing that contract is going to really turn them away. And so he negotiated a 0% increase this year, which is what we're recommending we take. Overall, they are heading in the right direction. That transfer station, the new person managing that transfer station is much, much better than the old one. We received a lot of feedback that the station looks better and is run better than it ever has been. There are obviously still issues with double axle loads and things like that, and I've talked to Jim about those. But all in all, we still believe as an administration that Davis is our best option at this time, especially with a 0% increase, and we would recommend approval of that contract. Bryce, do you have anything to add on the legal side of that contract that council should know about?
We added some options, but those are at our, we can decide whether we want to exercise those or not. So it's the same contract as before, but there's no increase. There's additional options which are at your option, so.
In years past, when there was an increase, did that automatically just transfer to the ratepayer?
Yeah, we pass that on. So this will save residents some money. Won't get passed on, and
I will add one comment, and that is in going through, in meeting with Jim today and getting his signature. Yeah. We talked about our rates outside the corporate limits. You know, we have this rate for those that we serve with either water or electric. Some that we serve also with sewer if they're located right next to our corporate limits, because for instance on boundary, half of boundaries in the city limits, half of boundaries is not. But many of those people located outside the corporate limits don't get a pickup, but they're able to use the convenience center for $5 and some cents per month, which I think is something that Chuck, when he was mayor, kind of ramrodded and negotiated. But we're looking at that now, because really the issue is, you know, what power do we have? It's not our utility, you know, I mean, it's their utility, but what power do we have to contract outside the corporate limits? And while Jim is fine about continuing service if it's adjacent and contiguous, you know, to the corporate limits, or he even threw out up to 1 mile out. But, you know, if they're 4 and 5 miles out, perhaps they need to contract directly with with Jim and/or pay, you know, a reasonable fee, because being able to dump anytime you want for $5 out at that station is a bit light. I'll also tell you that in closely reading that provision, it appears as at the end of the year, we're supposed to take those dollars and send those off to Jim as an additional payment, which he didn't really seem to care about. He just wants to work through the issue. So that is an issue that we're going to come to. There may be some residents that have this incredibly lucrative deal that may fall off. So that is something that I told him that he was going to discuss with you, and I'll provide, you know, the implementation of that. I don't think there will need to be any amendments to the agreement, because that's not provided in the agreement, but it is provided in the ordinance. So that's the one issue that did come up as we work through all the rates, as we work through the recodification of the code that we're hoping to present to you along with well, you have approved the New Year's budget, but we're thinking about bringing that to you with everything current, like on the first meeting in July. So those provisions may come out of the code. Any questions about that?
I would move we approve the contract as presented.
Second.
Coffee.
Yes.
Bledsoe.
Yes.
Marshall.
Yes.
Davis.
Yes.
Goldar.
Yes.
Rupp.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
O'Shea.
Yes.
Jim's been a good partner, and appreciate,
Mhm.
if you tell him we appreciate him holding the increase this year.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll pass it on.
Thank you. Item number 9, renewal or replacement of HP members. We talked about, we had a couple, 2 that hit their term limit.
Yeah, so if you look at this agenda in your packet, there should be a kind of a table that shows the current HP members. Let's see.
From Harry and Stacy.
There we go. It's page, oh, it does not have a page number.
63.
It's under item 9, or agenda item 17 if you're looking on the side. So historic preservation, you have Councilmember Cold Iron on there for the council term. Then you have Larry Belk, who is the acting architect. His term expired July of 25. Laura Vollmer, whose term is expiring in July of this year. Stacy Wilson, whose term expired last July, and then Phil Salvati, whose term is expiring in July. And so, seeing as Larry and Stacy's terms have expired, we wanted to bring this before council and talk about it and see what your thoughts were. It's the mayor and council's duty at the end of the day to appoint these. We just want to know how we can support the staff. There were some questions asked about their performance, and we talked about how they've both added value. Larry because of his background, and Stacy just because of, I think, who she is, in the community. So we're not opposed in terms of staff of you guys reaching out to them and saying, hey, would you be willing to re-up? But that's totally up to you guys. So just wanted to bring it before you for discussion.
So no one knows if they would be willing to serve another term.
Not yet. No.
And it's a 2-year term?
It's a 3-year.
3-year term?
1 3-year term.
It's just around that.
These were staggered because it was a new body, right?
Right.
So that's why it seems a little odd, but yeah. Neither of these people got to serve a full term. I guess that's what I'm getting at. They didn't get to serve a full term. Or for that matter, Laura or Phil would not have either. But I think they've all been pretty valuable. The only other thing I think I would add to what Nate said is we did expand some of the criteria from what was recommended. So like the recommendation says an architect, and so we added that it be an architect, engineer, building contractor, just because we didn't know if we were going to be able to have an architect available to us that met the criteria. But luckily we do, and each one of these people have been valuable to the team. So.
I mean, I guess the first step would be asking if they want to do another term. If not, figure out who does.
We don't have to do a new person.
We can reappoint the same person, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
that's correct.
Yep.
And Derek, I may not have heard, so is it just one 3-year term?
Oops.
Like, can they do 2 consecutive terms, like
Oh, yeah.
the bylaws say? Like, there's a certain amount they can't, like,
Are they term limited?
yeah.
No, we don't have any term limits, and I don't recall any.
Mhm. There's not.
Sure, I'm not fibbing here.
Yeah.
It's hard enough to get people to serve and be involved. I think term limits in something like this would be difficult at best.
I think if it were phrased right, or approached right, I think both of them would be happy to continue serving. I think it would just have to be phrased in a way that was, we really appreciated you and the value you brought. Will you please continue? I think both would say yes.
So are you volunteering to have that conversation then? or-
I'd be happy to. Yeah, I'd be happy to go back and say, hey, council has
Sounds
this
like you already got it
discussion.
kind of in your head.
I mean, I'd be happy to do it if that's what you want. Again, like this is your prerogative, so I don't want to overstep. But if you want me to, I'm happy to have a conversation.
Well, we also need to go ahead and ask Laura and Phil too as well, because I mean,
Because their
they're
term will be up.
coming up in July.
Probably should. Yeah, it's close enough. So is that what you'd like me to do?
As council member, I mean, are you the facilitator? Would you rather do it or?
It doesn't matter to me. I'd be glad to help any way I can. And up to you. I could have it or you can.
Okay.
But
I have a pretty good relationship with Larry. I'll call him first, see how it goes. If it feels like I need more backup, I'll reach out to you and we can tag team Stacy Corbett.
sounds great. And yeah, like I said, all of them have been valuable. We're really just getting started. I think there's only been 2 or 3 meetings where we've actually been taking applications and making decisions. So it's going on. Thank you. You got what you need there, Nathan?
I do, thank you.
Okay. Review and consider adopting the strategic plan outline stating the goals for each category.
So I didn't get this as polished as I want. I've reviewed it with the council members I had one-on-ones with this week, but I don't think it's quite there yet. I'd rather have another couple weeks to look at it, but I do have it cooked enough that if we want to look at it as a group and give feedback, I'm happy to do that. So it's kind of up to you guys. I don't think it's ready to adopt today. I think it could use some fine tuning still. So either we can go over it as a group or I can send it out after. You guys can take a look and give feedback. I'm open to either way.
I'd rather wait and see it more polished.
Okay.
I would. If anyone else wants to use the time today to go over it. Just one person.
Again, if you send it to me too.
Okay. I'll send it out.
I was just saying, I think I would just as soon see it. And then if there's something that I would like to give you some feedback on, I will.
Okay.
See it today or see
No,
it?
no, I'm
No,
sorry.
send it to
Have it
us.
sent to me.
Okay.
Sorry, I wasn't making myself clear. Thank you for the follow-up questions.
I'll email it out tomorrow then, and you guys can take a look at it, give any feedback, and then I'll have something for the next meeting, which was, I think that was kind of the initial plan, and because we weren't going to meet today. And then you're like, oh, we're actually going to meet today. I was like, oh, that rushes my timeline a little bit. So I got a lot done, but it's there yet.
Thank you. Item 11, Consider approval of interlocal cooperation agreement concerning the provision of E911 services with Board of County Commissioners for Noble County, Oklahoma. Sounds like you got some news there.
We did it. We finally did it. After 12 months of meeting, the E911 agreement is ready to be approved. The budgets have been looked at and are ready to be approved. We looked at both this year's budget, which is the remaining amount of until July, and then next year's budget so that we can apply for the grant. I've gone through the agreement several times with Commissioner Hughes, and we both feel comfortable with it. He's taken it to the commissioners, they like it. So this is me bringing it to you to ensure that there's no issues before final approval signing. The main change is really just instead of month payments, we're gonna true up or sure up annually, just to make it easier on administration. Because you remember that they are still covering 40% of the cost overages and the city is covering 60% of the cost overages. Does anyone want a high-level reminder of what that kind of contract looks like, where the revenues come from? I mean, I'm happy to provide that. I don't remember. I don't know how much you guys remember from last year.
Any
Nate,
questions?
do you, sorry, off the top of your heads, do you have the names of the board members? I
Yeah.
know some of them are sheriff and or fire chief, but
Yep. We got our sheriff, we have our fire chief, we have our police chief, myself, and Mayor Wortham. And then we also have Jim Smith and Commissioner Hughes.
okay.
So the city has the majority vote, which that was purposeful because we are paying the majority of the cost.
Do you have anything else? Can you do a motion? Make a motion to approve the interlocal cooperating agreement for E911 services.
Second.
Okay, Coffee,
Yes.
Bledsoe,
Yes.
Marshall,
Yes.
Davis. Yes. Goldar,
Yes.
Rupp,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
O'Shea.
Yes.
All right.
That's all. That's $84,000 in savings for the city. So it's a great deal, and it allows us to apply for the grant this next year, which will be $128,000 worth of equipment, and then an additional $30,000 worth of monthly maintenance fees.
So we had not approved an agreement prior to this?
You have. Yeah, but this is a continuation of that.
Prior to that, it had been a little while, but
Yeah,
we did one after you got here. If I recall
yeah,
correctly.
there was, I just remember there was some angst.
Yeah, it took a while to get through, but, you know, and I will say that in going through all that time, it's been, the one positive thing that I've been excited about is it's like our relationship with the county has just gotten better and better and better because of the time we've had to spend with them to fine tune this. And so I will say that's a really positive takeaway.
Any other questions? Item 12, approval of resolution number 2026-05 of the City Council of the City of Perry, Oklahoma concerning Oklahoma State Question 832, the $15 minimum wage initiative proposed to the voting electorate on the June 16th, 2026 ballot. So this came before us last meeting. Lawrence approached me after last meeting. He had some verbiage changes that he would like to have amended on the resolution and have brought back before us. I don't know if you all had a chance to see those changes. It was in the, I think, next to last paragraph that some were concerned with last time. Bryce made the changes that Lawrence asked for, and it's for us again here tonight. Any questions? Concerns?
Derek, where will this live? Like, will the information be on our website as well?
The minutes of our approval and things would be, but I don't know that we have any dedicated plans.
Yeah, that's correct. We typically put a resolution like this on the website. We could if you.
Yeah,
if
no,
you
I don't
wanted,
think a
but-
resolution, but I think if our idea was the education of it, about the benefits or the pros and cons, where we're not saying do one way or the other.
I'm thinking, doesn't it suggest in the resolution to get information? That's what I read on it, but I don't know.
And
We could link to
Mhm.
something.
will we do something similar with the ad valorem? I don't know the exact title, but that ad valorem that's coming up, I think, on the November ballot, as far as what property tax, Red talked to us about it a couple weeks ago.
It's an important one. I mean, if we're gonna educate about this one, I think we should definitely educate about one. We have to be really careful. It'll have to be screened through Bryce just because the city can't formally take,
Right, and we wouldn't.
but just
No.
giving education.
That one, is there an initiative?
Is there what?
Is there a petition that's on,
I thought
or is
that.
it just the legislators?
It's the legislature.
Yeah, I think it's coming from the legislature.
Okay, which, we could still have resolutions on that, but
I don't know if I'm like thinking of resolution for it, but if it's just the education component, what that would look like. Like, would it be on our website, be on social media? Because I think, like, if we're going to resolution, I think the important part of it is, this is important information for the community to know. So, and that's not, I don't think, till November. Yeah, we'll see that till November, but I love that you're doing, I love that we reworded it. I just think it's important.
Yeah, the other thing I think I would recommend is you as, and I hate using this word, but I mean, you as politicians, right?
Sure.
Which is council members, you probably don't see yourselves as politicians, but you are. Have the opportunity to go out and talk about these things in the community at clubs and at Rotary and at Lions, things like that. And I think that's an important education piece as well. So.
So the resolution printed in the extra materials on the agenda, there's two highlighted paragraphs. Are those the ones that were taken out?
Those were the ones that changed.
Changed.
The ones that were taken out weren't deleted, they just were removed. And it was really in the title where it said in opposition, and then it provided, tell the folks to oppose. And then the yellow was really the part that was added.
I do think we need to figure out how we're going to do some of this messaging, because there's some stuff coming up in the near future that could dramatically affect our ability to even financially run the city. And so I think it's important that we do something as a step, even if it's just an educational learning step for us.
I agree.
But I'm a little bit with Shay. It might be nice if we actually put this someplace, if nothing else, as a practice for when we really get to one where we're going to defund the city or something to maintain our ability to survive.
I'll tell you, in terms of communication, the thing that gets the most views by far for us is Facebook posts. Our website stuff isn't as used. I mean, because we can track who clicks on what, and it's. I mean, even documents that we've talked about really openly in the past to have less than 5 or 6 people who have gone in and looked at it, and probably 4 of those were city staff, But the Facebook posts get a lot of views, as we talked about in our last meeting. I recommend posting something there, and that's easy for us to do. It would just have to be vetted through our legal.
Could we have it, a page where we post a link to the page too, just so that if we are talking to somebody, we can point them somewhere. I can't point them to a Facebook page
Yeah.
or a Facebook post that have-
Yeah, we could put it under documents or something right now. We could have a documents, we have a general, or we could have education or coming legislation or something, where we could put stuff like that.
legislation. Yeah.
So.
All right. Anything?
Just need a motion. Make a motion to approve resolution 2026-05.
Second. Coffee.
Yes.
Bledsoe.
Yes.
Marshall.
Yes.
Davis.
Yes.
Goldar.
Yes.
Rupp.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
O'Shea.
Yes.
All right. And that's coming up on our June ballot, so hope our constituents will get educated. Strategic plan update, item number 13. Discuss strategic plan, council focuses. I guess let's stop there, that would be good. We're on 3.
Yeah, tax base. And really, I wanted to open this up with a question. So going to ICSC next month, we have a few businesses that we're looking at specifically targeting during that event. One of some of them are QSRs, which are your quick service restaurants, your fast food. A sit-down restaurant. We're also looking at car wash. We're looking at possibly doing urgent care. What other things come to mind that you would like us to focus on during that event? Because all the retailers will be there.
Name's decent already. Urgent care and all that.
Any other entertainment type?
I'll have to look at the list. Yeah, I'll have to look at the list. Those aren't as like franchise based, but there might be some. And if so, we need to go get them. What's your mind when you think of entertainment, council? Like, what types of things would you like to see in the community? Are we talking like a bowling alley? Are we talking?
I hear bowling alley a lot. I mean, just.
The hub.
Yeah,
um,
something hub-like, yeah.
um,
Mini golf.
No.
That one's a salt in the wind.
Yeah.
Salt in the wind on that.
There is a chain.
Chuck E. Cheese.
Oh, gosh,
No.
no.
Chicken?
No, Chuck E. Cheese. No.
We do need
Yeah,
chicken.
pickleball's huge. The Y does that, I think. don't
Yeah.
they?
What is?
Pickleball.
That's
And then we
huge.
have a pickleball court down at Century Park.
Yeah, we do have those pickleball courts.
Do we have leagues or anything like that though in town?
Hmm?
Pickleball leagues or anything? I'm not aware of any.
There's a lunch crowd that goes.
Yeah, there is a Ditch Witch lunch crowd.
There is I think it's an up-and-coming baseball simulator business that's similar to Top Golf.
Oh, cool.
They have, it's the restaurant and the simulations and all that.
Do you know the name of the?
I can't remember the name of that company.
So would it have baseball and golf and all those?
It's just baseball. It's a baseball like Top Golf is, but it's baseball.
We're dreaming big. Go ahead for Top Golf.
Top golf. Batting cages.
You're gonna be near them.
Home run dugout?
Is that like a batting cage place? Home run dugout?
Or simulator.
Oh, you're looking.
It's not a batting cage. It's better, is what Christian says.
indoor batting bays, baseball parties, bar and restaurant. And there is
Food
one
looks
in
good.
Katy, Texas.
What's it called?
What's it called? Home Run Dugout.
There's also some
Licensing opportunities.
indoor electronic type mini golf. You still hit the ball and things like that, but it's more of they gamified it even more. And then also a franchise called Andy B's.
Andy B's.
That one.
Yeah.
They have one in Oklahoma City.
Is there one in the city now?
Yep.
So
And it's a mini golf club.
It's all kinds of stuff.
it's all,
Yeah.
all different. It's kind of, I'd say it's like a step. You get the hub, big, huge. This would be a little smaller.
Is that what that place was?
Some of them have like
Is it fun?
escape rooms
There's
and
one in Oklahoma City and one in
Games.
Tulsa.
It wasn't
stuff
very
like
good,
that
but
too, so
we did have a good
might
experience.
an opportunity there.
Bowling.
So what they'll do is I don't think they have yet, but they'll publish a list of all the retailers that are gonna be there, and we'll look through them and, okay, these are our top, 30 or whatever, these are ones for sure we're gonna go hit. Multiple times until they say yes,
It's Bat Box.
Bat,
Box.
oh, Bat Box.
Box.
So yeah, I'll look for some of those and they may have them categories too, so I'll look at categories.
And we do have those around here.
So Nate, when they break up those, do they break them up by ones that are willing to move into a smaller community, maybe with an interstate, or, I can understand why something's in Katy, Texas, because
Right.
there's one of everything in Katy, Texas, because there's a million people there,
No, they
What
don't
are
break
those
them
things
up.
that we could draw that would let us take
Right.
advantage of our 5,000 people, plus pulling some people off the interstate, or?
Yeah, there's not really they don't break them up like that. It's really just a numbers game and a who you know game, right? So, but we'll go over and we'll talk to them and say, hey, we have land, we're right out by 35, we'll pitch Perry, we have our landing page so they can look at things if they, have any interest, they'll be able to see it for themselves virtually, and we'll do our best, I think.
Bucky's pulls people off the interstate.
They do. They do. And I can
Here.
certainly try Buc-ee's again. We got a no last year, but I don't see that as a permanent thing.
Can you keep trying?
Yeah, I totally
Yeah.
agree. I reached out to Chick-fil-A this week too. So it's okay to drink. Buc-ee's, we actually did talk to the guy who makes that decision. So,
Nice.
I mean, it's,
As far as I know, there's not one in Oklahoma, or a planned one in Oklahoma, so.
Perfect spot for them. They like interstates.
that's what I told them. Try again. I'm serious, yeah, we'll try again. Don't give up. Okay, well that's helpful. I like the feedback on the activities. So I just don't really know. I'm not dialed into that around here.
So, tax base, something like bowling, the actual paying for the bowling, renting the shoes, the ball, or whatever, is that taxable? Or is that a service?
What does that find us?
It should be taxable.
Okay.
I-
So then anything they did in that building would be taxable.
And they really took money off the concessions.
Yeah.
Which are taxable.
They are very taxable, yeah, or definitely taxable, not very.
They're extra taxable.
Not actually.
We're not charging an extra tax, we promise.
No,
But they're definitely
We're not tax
taxable.
charged. Yes.
Let me pull up our tax base strategic plan portion. I'll just read through that out loud real quick. Make sure that we're not missing anything. All right, so strategic tax base. And Tyson, if you don't mind sharing my screen, we can look at it all together, actually. That was fast, thank you. I'll blow it up for Derek. All right, so strengthen tax base. The goal was to increase the tax base in Perry and to provide more amenities and services. So the first goal of that was to promote strategic development along the I-35 corridor, position the I-35 corridor as a primary area for commercial growth and economic development. I think we're doing a good job of that. It's something I think we need to continue to do. Because we have a lot more, I mean, we have 2 exits. And we have some land, and the Malzones have land.
Just need an access road.
Yeah, that would help immensely
On both sides.
on both sides.
Lined up with businesses all over.
No, that's exactly right though, and I really think we do need to think about that and plan for that. I think that's one of the things that's primarily in my mind when I think of like a comprehensive plan. You know, like the zoning, the roads, how are we going to provide access to these things?
You know, one thing that fairly simple to strengthen the tax base is to maybe advertise, get more advertising on I-35 so people know that there are things downtown to do. Because you look out there now driving up and down I-35, there's probably only 1 or 2 billboards, and it's the same business, and it's right on I-35.
And one of them's a
nothing-
McDonald's one that's
Yeah.
like 100 years old.
You know, and, you know, there's nothing out there to say that, you know, comebacks here or, you know, other things downtown on the square, sprinkles and cream or whatever. So, you know, I don't know if there's something that we can do to maybe help some of our businesses get recognized on I-35, but I think that would be a big deal.
Yeah, I agree. Something that we were talking this week is signage, and they call them landmark signs or placemaker signs or something. And they're getting pretty popular in these larger towns. I know Edmond has them that just help direct people when they're driving through. Like, oh, this is how you reach this location. This is how you reach that location. They're attractive and nice and guide people. I totally agree. Signage is a big deal. So the second piece of this, actively market available properties and support development through targeted, financially responsible incentives. I think we're doing that. We have our landing page. I think the next step for me is get the landing page cards out to the Chamber and Main Street and some of our community partners, so that when people ask questions, they can say, "Oh yeah, we actually have a page that addresses some of those things." Advance infrastructure planning and pursue grant opportunities to ensure area is development ready. I think we're doing that, but I think a comprehensive plan again would help us prioritize and say, where are we going to focus? Collaborate with key partners, including the Malzone family and Cherokee Strip Museum, to guide thoughtful and coordinated development. Yep, I agree. That's a good point. Bring people to Perry to spend money. So support continued investment in amenities such as BMAC Phase 2, tourism and to drive tourism and economic activity. I think that's a pretty good point. I think it probably needs to be expanded a little bit to include some other things other than just BMAC Phase 2.
I haven't looked in the hotels here, but used to travel a lot. And every hotel I stayed in, whatever town, there was a deal that had pamphlets for whatever was in that town. Do we do that very well? Or
I don't know. It seems like the one guy who could really answer that question for us
didn't show up tonight.
Well,
I do know,
at the very least, you know, a lot of times I would walk up and go, are there restaurants that you recommend? And it would just be a printed piece
Little
of
map,
paper.
right.
The addresses of those 4 or 5 restaurants that were close by that,
We do advertise in the Chamber's magazine. I'm trying to remember what they call that, but
the Perry Guide.
yeah, the Prairie Guide. So
And
we
that's
do
what I was
advertise
gonna
there.
So there's several things about all the businesses and things in town there, and that is handed out to the hotels, so, no.
But if we partnered with, well, a lot of them were already partnered with, but a lot of the restaurants and all them and we made some kind of pamphlet that could be handed out so people could see.
Yeah.
Or even a
Because if they're
QR
going to
code.
BMAC, if they're going to a ball game, they're probably staying at a hotel right there if they're staying.
Mhm.
And that's as far as they get, probably.
Yeah,
Brahms
and-
would be the furthest.
Or a lot
Yeah,
of
and it'd
them
have
just
to-
today, and they're in.
Right.
and
We
out,
just
they
do
don't know
something
where to go
general, you know,
grab
come check out our downtown and we talk about some of the partnerships we have. We couldn't really do businesses unless we did like paid ads, because otherwise you'd leave someone out and then it's like, why is my business on there, you know?
Right.
But I like the idea of advertising the downtown, especially as we continue to improve it, you know, it's like, it's gonna be something exciting for people to come down and take a look at. But we have our library, which is unique, you know? So, we have a lot to advertise in our downtown. It's a really unique downtown.
So on this one, Nate, as I read through it, and I look at this, I feel like we need some metrics that we can actually brag about. You know, BMAC Phase 1 on these months brings X amount of people in. We estimate that that's a certain amount of impact. You know, if we, you know, we talked about truck stops at the interstate. You know, what did Love's do, and what will a second one do for us? And do we have those measurements at the end? Because it feels like to me we've got a lot of things that we can kind of brag about as far as like, hey, we got this done, but we really can't finish that sentence with, and oh, by the way, it increased revenue by X. You know, some of the stuff we talked about with even the hangars out at the airport, where so much rent per month would end up paying for the hangars and then become revenue past those dates. I feel like we need that data that shows that.
Yeah, and we have a
once
lot
it's
of
actually
it.
consummated.
It just needs to be put, I mean, you and I talked about this a little bit this week, is the kind of the next step that Randy and I were talking about this week is having another document that is linked to this so that people can see like how we've done some of these things. You know, it says, it doesn't live in this document because this is just advertising the strategic plan, but it shows, hey, yeah, and for this point, you know, we've brought in Amazon, or we've, you know, got our airport hangars, and we have so many wins that could be advertised. And I think I kind of see that as the next step after we've adopted the strategic plan, is to highlight those wins in a different document that's linked.
And to me, a dollar amount on the Amazon thing, without the actual Amazon facility at all, is we got a mile or a mile and a half of road paved that would have cost us X. So there's money right up front from that. We've got to make sure that we're sharing those kinds of things. You know, we don't have the advantage of having a congressional budget office that says this action was revenue neutral or this one was revenue. But to me, we've got to find a way to estimate the things that do show. We're not just taking actions. We're taking actions, especially under this category, that really are increasing revenue.
Yeah, I agree. And a lot of it is, we already have the information, it just needs to be written down and then shared in a way that is accessible. Because a lot of times we look at that information before we actually make the decision to move forward, you know. Like, oh, well, you know, those airport hangars, for example, it's like we looked at that and said,
Yeah,
how much money is this gonna bring in? Is
That
it
was
gonna
part
be
of the
popular?
decision-making process.
Yeah,
But what I'd really like to see then is, okay, it's actually happening.
yeah.
You know, month 1, month 2, month.
The last point here is the support events and activities that bring people from out of town into Perry to spend money. So again, highlighting wins, you know, the airport event did that, and then we have a bunch of other events that we sponsor or help with. The September celebration, the Spring Fest is coming up. Just so many different things that we do every year to bring people to Perry to spend money. The 100-mile or 500-mile garage sale or whatever, I mean, we do a lot of things. So it'd be great to highlight those in another document so people can see and we can share.
Well, the Halloween event, the Christmas event, Those are all fantastic things. I mean, if you've ever been down there and then tried to go find a place to eat afterwards. I mean, last Christmas, we ended up waiting an hour at Brahms.
Wow.
You were really hungry.
Well, you better go home and have nothing. Well, this is televised, isn't it?
Any other feedback on this initiative? Like, you can kind of see what this is gonna look like. It'll look a little nicer than this, but this is a good start, I think, where you have initiatives, you have, you know, a vision, and then you have specific goals with specific points that are general enough that they're not one and dones, but they're specific enough that they're useful. And that's kind of what we're going for. And then obviously the attractive yellow pictures and things that make people want to pick it up and actually read it. So this is kind of the general outline. This is what I've worked on this since our last meeting.
Maybe the only other suggestion I would have, and this might have been already said, but maybe the QR code in the hotel rooms takes you straight to the website, our website, and we have a list of restaurants
Yeah.
or something. And you guys might have already said that, but I was just on the website, like, looking around.
Do we have that capability?
I mean, there's a QR code whenever you first get on here for the app. It shows a QR code right there, so
It shouldn't be difficult.
No, we
I
could
wouldn't
do
think,
something
or
like
even
that
just a
pretty
QR
easily.
code that's printed on there, right next to the phone. I mean, I've been in hotels before and there's a
You said that
list
is
of
so
restaurants right
convenient.
next to the phone.
Everything's QR code now.
Yeah, I mean, menus are,
Yeah.
so.
Oh, I love it so much.
I
QR
know,
codes.
So easy, just right, RSVP into weddings, it's QR code.
Pay at your table with it.
To your point though, if we miss somebody, then we're in trouble.
We'd have to just
Well, I'm
open
not saying
it
not
up.
just.
We'd have to just open it up and say, hey, anyone can be added to this list, or we'd have to do it through the hotels. The hotels publish it, and we just provide, you know, we could probably figure out some way to do it.
Or is it?
But yeah, it couldn't be exclusive, that's for sure.
You know, the other option is to ask Chamber to help us out with something
Yeah.
like that.
Correct, yeah, and then they can highlight their members. And
Well,
I
my
think that's
thought
why
behind
cities
that-
use the chamber a lot of times, because then they're avoiding all that.
My thought behind it being on the website is then they can see everything else in Perry, not just the restaurants.
Good point.
Yeah, it draws into more information that
Yeah.
Good
Yeah,
idea.
certainly work that can be done on that. I love it, some good feedback. And Mayor was blowing up my phone during the discussion. What about this? Just leave me alone.
Showing up.
Should have come.
Should have been.
You're absent.
you're dead to me.
I'm sure I'm about to get another text. Oh, yeah.
Tell him he's gonna get a text from me.
Okay. I'll pass it on. I don't have anything else for strategic plan update. I think that's a point, one of the points I'm probably most proud of. I think we've done a really great job at it, and obviously there's always work to do, but there's a lot of wins to highlight there. And more to come.
Any other discussion? Thanks, guys. Item number 14. Consider convening to executive session for one, annual performance evaluation of City Manager Nate Reed pursuant to Title 25, Section 307.B.1 of the Oklahoma statutes as amended. And two, for purpose of discussing the purchase of real property near the Perry Industrial Park pursuant to Title 25, Section 307.B.3 of the Oklahoma statutes as amended. And three, for purposes of conferring on matters pertaining to economic development, including the sale of property and the creation of a proposal with a third-party developer of the construction of single-family housing in the Tower Addition as public disclosure of the matter discussed would interfere with development of such proposal pursuant to Title 25, Section 307.B.3 and 307C.11 of Oklahoma statutes as amended.
So moved.
Second.
Coffee,
Yes.
Bledsoe,
Yes.
Marshall,
Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Goldar.
Yes.
Yes.
Williams?
Yes.
O'Shea?
Yes.
Motion to reconvene.
Second.
And Coffee.
Yes.
Bledsoe.
Yes.
Marshall.
Yes.
Davis.
Yes.
Goldar.
Yes.
Rupp.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Bochet.
Yes.
All right, item 16, take any action deemed appropriate to executive session.
I move that we accept the Second Amendment to the employee contract of Nate Reed.
Second.
And Coffee.
Yes.
Bledsoe.
Yes.
Marshall.
Yes.
Davis.
Yes.
Goldar.
Yes.
Rupp.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Bochet.
Yes.
Did we need to do anything for the property?
No. All right. Item 17, upcoming meeting review.
Yeah, so the big thing that we've been waiting for in the next meeting will be the community reports. So we have Laura with Main Street, Katie with Chamber, Melanie is going to talk about grants and economic development, and then I've invited the school to participate as well. Chad expressed interest and said that he would either come himself or send somebody. I told him, you know, no pressure, I get that you guys are really busy, but we'll have an open slot for you if you want. So.
Anything on that one, guys?
Nope.
All right. Any new business? Seeing none, we'll adjourn. And now we'll call to order the regular meeting of Perry Municipal Authority at 9:28.
Coffee.
Here.
Bledsoe.
Here.
Marshall.
Here.
Davis.
Here.
Goldar.
Here.
Rupp.
Here.
Williams.
Here.
Bochet.
Here.
Wortham.
All right. We have quorum. Item number 1 is the consent agenda.
Motion to approve.
Second.
And Coffee.
Yes.
Bledsoe.
Yes.
Marshall.
Yes.
Davis.
Yes.
Goldar.
Yes.
Rupp.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Bochet.
Yes.
All right. Item 4, comments from those assembled. See any? Item 5, consider approval of employment agreement of trust manager Nate Reed.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Well. Sorry, hang on. And Coffee.
Yes.
Bledsoe.
Yes.
Marshall.
Yes.
Davis.
Yes.
Goldar.
Yes.
Rupp.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Bochet.
Yes.
Any new business? Adjourn. And we'll call to order the regular meeting of the Perry Facilities Authority at 9:30.
And Coffee.
Here.
Bledsoe.
Here.
Marshall.
Here.
Davis.
Here.
Goldar.
Here.
Rupp.
Here.
Williams.
Here.
Bochet.
Here.
Wortham.
All right, item number 1, consent agenda.
Motion to approve.
Second.
And Coffee.
Yes.
Marla Bledsoe.
Yes.
Sorry. Marshall.
Yes.
Davis.
Yes.
Goldar.
Yes.
Rupp.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Bochet.
Yes.
All right, comments from those assembled. Consider approval of employment agreement with trust manager Nate Reed, item number 5.
Motion to approve.
Second.
And Coffee.
Yes.
Bledsoe.
Yes.
Marshall.
Yes.
Davis.
Yes.
Goldar.
Yes.
Rupp.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Bochet.
Yes.
Any new business? Adjourn.